Welcome back to Alien Story on Fire Nation, and this is Project Zomboid, where we're currently at 1 month, 23 days, 5 hours, 1,464 Bambinos dispatched. I think now that we got, let's put this scrap wood over here. Can I turn it into charcoal? No, I can't. Let's just drop this on the, I didn't mean to take those. Drop that on the ground. I want to get this advanced ferni built up. So I think the only thing we are missing, we built the large bellows. Why am I talking with a southern accent? I was watching a documentary on Kentucky. Now I got a southern accent. Anyways, clay cement. I think we just needed the stone blocks. I got a mason's trowel, I know I do. Here's my clay cement. There's one stone block. We can research craft on this steel sheet. Time has come for me to batch record for the work week, so I'm not gonna be able to put in, hour and a half like yesterday's episode and crunch it down into 30 minutes. That was a beefy one. Took me well over an hour to edit that and get it up. When I can and I have the time, I try to make longer episodes. Well, same time frame, but a lot more crunched down and condensed into one. When I don't and I'm rushing to cover for my work week, if you're new here or you don't know, I work full-time outside of this, so alright. Now, we could research craft on the needle. Oh yeah, forged stone needle. We need 30 stone blocks. Let me take these over here. This is kind of my little masonry bench. Put that there. It was 30, right? Yeah. So we're gonna need 3 large stones. Do I have any kind of weapon on me? I don't think I do. Let's put this claw hammer in our belt just in case. I'm gonna have to let her starve for a little while. We're at 84 weight, so we're kind of in danger of going into the Chungai category. Let's see if any more large stones have spawned out here. Get our hammer out. I know I've seen some zombies wandering around the area. There's not too many left because I've manually set them to 0 with baseball bats and stuff. But they still wander in. Here's another stone. I thought I depleted this area, but it looks like some stuff has respawned in. Or maybe I missed a couple. Alright, so there's one. We're gonna need 2 more. Get this forge set up first, and then we'll start working on the furnace. 1 down, 2 to go. Let's go back out here. Can I walk to command to get outside? Oh, down the steps. That never used to work. Yeah, your character wouldn't be able to find the pathway, and you just wouldn't be able to click. That's pretty cool. I like that. Here's our second one. Let's go ahead and grab that. Let's see if the walk to command, once we get into range, will allow me to walk up to the table from out here. Seems to be working. And we can speed up time by 1. Nah, she went inside. That's more often or not what happens when you try to walk to command up or down levels. Looks like she made it out just fine. Go put this one over here. Give her a break for a second on the ground so I don't gotta listen to it. The huffing and puffing. Alright, walk to command. See if this will work. Yeah! Seems to work just fine. Goes through the doors. Goes down the levels pretty easy. Alright, we need 1 more. There it is. Bada bing. Let's get this back upstairs. There's also, I just saw the boards on that window and I was like, survivor's house? But I've already been there. There's also a lot of houses in this area that I really haven't looted or gone back to get the loot. I've got so much stuff in this base already that I just don't know. I'm just grabbing what I need for the next goal or project, like we're doing right here with these stones. Alright, so now we're gonna need to turn these into blocks, and what do we need? Not that. We're gonna be using... No? Wait, what? Do we have to break it down into stones? Break. Yeah, large into stones. So we're gonna need... Why does this stone mall come up? Club hammer. Alright, I know I've got that. Question is, where did I put it? Could be here, not there. There might be one in here. Let's see. We can research craft on the hand drill. On the file. I'm slowly starting to find all kinds of things that I can research craft on. It'd be cool if I could make my own like multi-knives. Hey, there it is. Alright, let's grab that out. Got the club hammer in tow. Might drop this regular hammer off in the middle of the floor where I can see it. And we'll just put this on our belt. We can also use this as a weapon. Okay, belt right, that's fine. Go over here. Break these down. Do 30. That is so loud. Alright, and we got our masonry skill to level 6 doing that. Cool. We got our 30. Where are we going to put this beast? I think I know. Let's drop these on the ground. I'm not going to be able to move that. It's got a lot of fuel in it still. I might need to move it. First off, though, we will... What's so heavy? Oh, I'm dying from hunger. That's what it is. Starvation. Let's get her some food and water real quick. Hopefully I have like a can of peaches or something. I know I have more downstairs, more food. If we have any low calorie, that'd work. Some marinara, 350 for 10 hunger. That's not bad. These peanuts are probably pretty good for that. Let's just try and get out of the bright red. There it is. Might need to start having to do some exercising. Let's move this burn barrel. This can just go right here for now. We're also going to need to break down this old forge. Alright, it has no inventory. We're also going to need to move, I think, maybe one of these crates. Let's see if we can... Which one was that? Oh my god, I got all that gold in there too. Move all of this into another crate. There we go, that'll work. Pick this up. See if we can stack it on the other ones. No. And under the stairs? No. Oh, you should be able to put one right there. Why can't I do it on the top? Interesting. Okay, well, this one can go over here. We can put gas cans and stuff in there. I can put my scrap electronics in there, so they're not in the dumpster where they can get accidentally deleted. Alright, now we need our sledgy boy. Equip that. Bada bing. Bonsai tree still in safe working condition. Alright. Destroy. Primitive forge. Perfect. I guess if I need to, I can blow some walls out too. I do want to pick up... Nah, the tools should be fine, right? I'll be able to access them. Even if they do get placed under the forge. Alright, let's put this down because it's super heavy. I won't be able to actually place stuff with that in my inventory. Pick up the bellows, and we'll place those down over here. It should fit right here. We might have to move the charcoal barbecue. We'll see. And we'll get the stone blocks. We'll try to place everything next to the bellows there so I can actually place this thing without having to carry everything in my inventory because it's way too heavy. Alright, place this item down right here. And we need our bucket of clay cement. And we need our empty large bucket. Oh, and the mason's trowel. Alright, so let's put these down. I believe that's the last thing I need. Oh, and a log. Yeah, a log. Alright, mason's trowel and one log. We should just be able to go outside and pluck a log from the ground. I just need to find my mason's trowel, which it might be somewhere out here on the ground, just not in range of that. Not exactly sure what I did with it. Hey, there it is. Oh, left. Put that there. Okay, let's go down and pluck a log from somewhere. I remember seeing one not too far off. I think it was outside by the stones. Boy, there's a few down here. Okay, cool. Remove log. Bada ping. Let's take that back inside. Make sure our doors are closed because we're going to need to sleep. That's closed. Okay, good. I don't need anything wandering its way into my base and biting my chili ring out in the middle of the night. All right, advance forge. Okay, so do I must have to pick up the bellows. Too heavy for inventory. Oh, it let us do it. All right. Oh, this is a big moment. Yeah, the barbecue's in the way. All right, we're gonna have to move that. Just place this back down. Place the log on the ground. I thought I saw a research craft on the log. Oh yeah, what does that give us? Carved goblets. Goblins and goblets. Let's take this stuff out. This is gonna unfortunately destroy the fuel in here, but it's all right. We do have our electric oven now, so not the biggest problem in the world. There we go. I want to get this down. Let's turn our floodlights on for a minute so we can see. Pick this bad boy back up. Advanced forge. Oh yeah. I want it as far to the left as I can get it, I think. Right there. Yes! Oh my god, that's beautiful. And do I get the bucket back? Last time I built one of these, I got the bucket back. No. Okay, that's fine. It's kind of a pain in the butt having to walk around the bucket in this log here, but it is what it is. Now, with this bad boy, blacksmithing 7. Okay, what about axe? Forge axe head, level 6. Wood axe head at level 8. So which is this one? I don't know. Maybe a tool axe, not a fighting axe. Blades. Ooh. Spearhead. Oh. Meat cleaver. Hell yeah. Oh my god, we're gonna get down on some of this. But first, we need to get our blacksmithing up higher. And we have the book for the level 6. So we might be able to make our own hatchets soon. Okay. I also need to scrap down all of this. Scrap gold jewelry and use the sheet metal snips. Not that. Where's the jewelry? That's favorited, so let's go in here. So it should automatically select that every time. Oh, it's getting late. I didn't realize how late it was until I looked over. Got 12 diamonds there. Sheet metal snips, we'll put those back in there. Yeah, it's almost 1 a.m. Need to get some sleep. Let's give her a little bit of food. I forgot we had these pork cuts in here that are still fresh and cooked. Let's eat. That should do. Let's get some sleep. Bada bing. I left my floodlights on. Oh well. We've got fuel for days, weeks, months. I think we'll be alright to let the generator waste a little bit. I don't think the lights really do that bad on fuel consumption anyways. Ooh, and it's raining. Nice. Let's check our garden out. Almost ready for harvest. Radishes, young bell pepper, radishes, young kale, and young sunflower. Cool. Those will be the first sunflowers I've ever grown. All right, let's go back over here. We need to finish scrapping up all this jewelry. Kind of pain in the butt. I wish I could just select max and it would scrap all of the jewelry in the category, but it selects each individual ring or bit of jewelry. See, now it's the chains. All right, that's all the gold. Now, I haven't figured out what to do past this point, so let's do it together. I think I need to melt these down into a furnace or into a crucible, but I'm not sure. Gold. Okay, no. No gold recipes in that. Let's go into here. Gold. Forge gold sheets. Alright, so we just need our tool. Oh, okay, so we make gold sheets out of that. Alright, we need our tongs, which should be over here. I'm slowly gonna have to move all my tools back over to the other side where she'll be able to reach them on the ground. Tongs. Take all that. Take our chisel. Our punch, ball peen hammer. That should be all of the tools I need right now. Okay. Oh, there's gold scrap on the ground here too. Let's take all that. This should give us blacksmithing skill as well. Doing this gold, so we'll see. Put all that down here, including the trowel. We've got charcoal. If I can click on this. Gold. And I just want to Oh, dang it. Gold. I just want to be able to see my character to see how much XP I get per. Let's make all those sheets. I should be able to see it. Can I can shrink that down even more. Lovely. Let's see how much we get for the 1 gold sheet, and then I'll speed up time to get through the rest. None. We might be too high a level already. 367.55? Yeah, I think we're too high a level already for the gold stuff. But we can, I guess, still use it. Alright, so now we've got gold sheets. Do we melt these down? No, I don't know. Melt glass, melt sand. Maybe we right click on this, go to more, forge gold coins. Okay. Coins and then sheets and then coins and then sheets. Somebody was telling me. I can't research craft on that. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so yeah, it didn't have gold in the name. So that's what we had to do. Let's shrink this down a little bit. I wish it would stay like that. Oh, and then we can also do that. We can pin that craft, and then we can see our character. Somebody was telling me about that pin. I totally forgot that that was a function. There we go. We're getting XP for making the coins. All right. Then we go back in here. Nope. Didn't mean to bring that up. Gold. And then back into sheets. And then back into coins. But we're out of charcoal now, so. That is indeed an easy way to level up. Put our tongs down. We are blacksmithing 5, so we can't make any hatchets yet, which means we'll have to go do manual labor in the tree zone for more logs. My van is completely chock-a-block full of crap too, and I think I left all my ropes over in that area where we were logging. I might just grab another hatchet or two and go out that way. I'm gonna need a ton of logs to make charcoal. All right, I'm loaded up on hatchets. It's only 1:20 p.m. What I'm gonna have to do, let's put these ropes and the hatchets inside. I'm going, ooh, I can research craft on that. Spiked baseball bat. Okay. I'm gonna have to empty the back of this out, probably onto the floor, and then I'll be able to put my tools in here, and then at a later date come and clean that up. How much can I store in the back of this? I know I damaged it. 60? That sucks. Alright, but let's go over and get some logs. You know, it might just be easier for me to bring the burn barrel over here. Also, I'm not exactly sure where I left all my ropes or where I put them. I thought they were here, but they might not be. I could have swore oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, I left some on the ground. Let's grab all that up. I'll be able to forge my own hatchets here soon, so I don't have to worry about burning them up, chopping down trees. Let me get to work on this. Whoa! Okay, yeah, I'm glad I didn't speed up time. Let's drop some of that. Where in the world did you come from? Yeah, they're slowly starting to repopulate the world. She came from in front of me, which was very lucky. Let's actually put one of these in our belt. Equip this one primary. Ooh, that made me jump. Yeah, I can't say it enough. When you're doing actions and stuff like this, don't speed up time. I've got that way so many times, more than I care to count or admit. Oh, there's another tree jiggling. Yep, another zombie. See, we were down here not too long ago, just doing our thing, chopping down trees, and not a soul was over here bothering us. Pretty sure we did some yells, sat in the car, which I might have to do that again now. And now, you know, like, maybe like a week in game later, zombies are here, they're back. Come on, die. All right, we're gonna have to give our character a break in the car and also drop off some weight. The ropes, a couple of these hatchets. What'd you do with the hatchets? Oh, I put them in my bag. I didn't mean to do that. All right, so we've got our 2 here. I I don't have any food in here. I think I took it all out. So now what we'll do is we'll come over here. Let's give a couple good shouts. And then we'll sit in the van and speed up time. See if anything else rolls up here. Yep. Yes, indeedy do. Come on. There it is. Sir, quit beating on my car. Might duck off into this house after we kill this guy, see if we can get some food. Probably some left over. Alright, I'm gonna leave the vehicle here. Go like that. Shut it down. Proceed into this house carefully. Not so careful, but that's alright. What do we got in here? Anything? There's nothing to eat. And I didn't bring any food. Alright, I might just take down one more tree and then have to go home for food. So I decided just to come back home on foot. I left my vehicle over there. Let's get her some food. Dale, that's fine. We're gonna eat all of these. It's gonna make her sad, but that's okay. We can always just read, or you know what? We've got candy in here. Got that candy package. I guess we'll open that. That'll be good. I forgot to set my my left click macro. There we go. Remove the unhappiness. And get her a little bit more food. I'm not sure what the hell I did with all my ropes. I need to find those before I go back out there. Surely they're around here somewhere. I had a bunch. Alright, well, I think I'm going to make the executive decision to just bring the charcoal burner out to where I'm taking down logs. I think, I don't know, that might be more efficient because I can just burn them and craft them out there. It is a little bit more dangerous, but I don't know if it's more efficient because the logs I can put into stacks and reduce their weight. Charcoal, I can't. So, I don't know. I'll have to test. Again, if we just had some, like, kind of cart that would, like, exponentially reduce the weight. Why did I park that over there? Of logs that I could load up here and then bring down even just a log trailer or something. God, that would be so helpful. All right, let's make some more charcoal here. Yeah, I don't know if this is more efficient or not. And then we'll put these in here. How much does this weigh? So that was 4 logs. We'll put the charcoal in here. There's going to be a lot of inventory transferring time to take into consideration. All right, the 24 charcoal weighs 19.2. And the 4 log stack in the ropes weighs 12. So what does 4 logs weigh not in a stack? 36. It's not bad. I think I might have dropped my ropes out here somewhere on the ground, and now I can't find them. Either that or they're up on the rooftop crafting area. Let's check our surroundings real quick. I should really do this in the vehicle. At least this way, having the burn barrel out here, we can just make a crap ton of charcoal and then bring back loads of it at one time. You know what I could maybe do is dedicate a bag. If I put items into a bag and then put it into the back of this, does the encumbrance still work while it's in the trunk? Or do I have to be wearing the bag for the encumbrance reduction to give me that benefit? I think it still works inside of the trunk. Not 100% sure though. Also, no more zombies seem to have showed up from me yelling. They were coming from over in this direction, so what I might do is bring my pistola out here and just pop off a couple shots. See if anything else shows up. They're slowly trying to repopulate this area, and I ain't gonna let it happen. I just had a thought. You know what this is better for, though? Bringing the burn barrel out here? For all the large branches and regular tree branches, I can just park this on the pile or 2 piles and then come over to the burn barrel, because you can't make stacks of branches or stacks of large branches, but I can just bring this over. This will also help me clean up my world. Do I have to pick them all? Ah, man, that kind of sucks. You have to pick them all up first. I don't know. I think transferring the charcoal is going to be easier than transferring the wood. Toss all that in there. Okay. Hey, there's a level up and running. Let's go. How many large branches does it take? Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Log, plank, large branch. 3. Okay. That's not bad. Let's pick up the barrel. Move it over to this pile, because that'll be right next to that tree, too. Do we need to sharpen this? Yeah. You know what? I should really do that inside of the van. That way I can just speed up time. Getting charcoal's kind of a pain in the butt. I'm not gonna lie. And wood, for that matter. If you're trying to build anything on a second level or above, it's a total pain in the butt transferring logs upstairs. There we go. Get this crafted up. All this so that we can... We're going in a whole big circle. We're doing all this so that we can get a wood axe forged. Well, not just a wood axe, but that so that we can take down trees easier. We're going full circle. Oh, I know I've got more large branches out here. Let's collect some of those. There's 3. That's enough for more charcoal. We will also come out here and grab all the saplings. And we could turn those saplings into spears and then make spearheads, the metal ones, and then use that as another weapon class. That would be fun. All right, how much did that make? That made 12. That's not too bad. And it's a good way to clean up my world. All right, but I think that's enough charcoal. I really need to move these flamingos from my flock upstairs before I accidentally commit a travesty and run one of them over. I think you can run them over and they get flattened like mailboxes, which is a blasphemous act, and Penelope will never forgive me for that. So we need to bring them up here where they're safe and sound. Let me go down and grab all my charcoal. Ooh, can I forge rake heads? If I can forge rake heads and then get my carving high enough to where I can carve bats, I can make an infinite supply of rake spiked weapons. That would be amazing. All right, we are full up on charcoal. I wanted to get a grand total of how much we had. Let me get it all out by the forge and see how much we got from just that little trip. Right, let's drop off what we've got and see what our grand total is on charcoal. That wasn't too much work, and I was kind of really disorganized trying to run around and find my tools that I had left on the ground. We got 96. That's pretty good. I'm cool with that. That really didn't take too much time. I rotated my lights so that I'll have them over this way so I can actually see. Let's go. Coin. Yes. We'll do some more of this to get our blacksmithing up. I hope I have the next book. Let's zoom in, do max. And this preserves all of our metal instead of using it up for blacksmithing. I can use the gold and not have to use that, and then save our metal for things like making weapons and not have to spend twice as much charcoal remelting it down in the furnace. There we go. That is blacksmithing level 6. So the gold was actually really easy. That didn't take too long, and if you're based up in a place like Moldra where you can go to the bank and get almost 500 encumbrance worth of gold really quick from the bank's basement, that is like an instant ticket as long as you have the blacksmithing books to get to 8, 10. All right, and we do have the book for levels 7 and 8. Yes. So all we're missing is blacksmithing 5, but the thing I want is at blacksmithing 8, so we have the ticket to get to that. Anyways, I think that's enough for one video. I got a lot to record tonight. If you find yourself enjoying the content, leave a like and consider subscribing. You're one click away from joining the Fire Nation Army, and together, that's right, together we will rule the apocalypse of Knox County. Right now, it is Aileen Elliott, currently at 1 month, 24 days, 14 hours, 1,468 Bambinos dispatched. I will catch you in the next one. Have a great day out there, all you beautiful survivors. I'm going to read this book and stare at my deer head.